Welcome to our fifth video for Audiology Capstone research. In this video, we'll learn how to use search filters to narrow your search results, how to access articles, and how to search references, similar articles, and cited by articles. After you think your search results look like they're on your topic, you can limit them to using filters. Here are two examples of filters. The left is from PubMed and the right are from CINAHL. In PubMed, you might limit your results to a specific publication date range. For example, if you wanted to only see results from articles published in the last couple of years, or you could limit to a specific type of article, such as randomized controlled trials. Here's an example of how you might use the filters. You could select articles that were published within a certain date range. And in this example, I've chosen the last 5 years. When considering what publication date range to limit your results to, you need to think about what you know about the literature on your topic. For example, was there an event or an advancement that would make it so you'd only want to see studies published after a certain date? For example, if COVID somehow affected your study, do you want to see studies pre-COVID or not? So how much research exists on your topic might affect this as well. If there's hardly any research, you might not want to limit your publication date range at all and see all the results related to your topic, even if they're older. If there's a lot of research, maybe you only want to see the most recent meta-analyses and systematic reviews. So that brings us to our next filter that you could use, the study type. Generally, meta-analyses and systematic reviews are considered the highest levels of evidence because they're combining the results of multiple studies. Randomized controlled trials are a little lower in quality because while their study design is considered to be high quality, they are only representative of one study as opposed to multiple studies. So if there's already a lot of research existing on your topic, you might consider limiting your search results to only meta-analyses, systematic reviews, and maybe randomized controlled trials. This should bring you results at the highest levels of evidence for your topic. If there's not a lot of research on your topic, you probably don't want to use any filters, and you want to see all studies published on your topic. One thing to note is that the filters for study types are not 100% accurate. You'll sometimes find different study designs in your search results, so you always need to read them to make sure that they're the study type that you were expecting. In our example, here, if I filter the results to the last 5 years and only show meta-analyses, systematic reviews, and randomized controlled trials, I get only one search results. So I added clinical trials for this example, and I get 2 search results. So this would be an example of where we would either not limit to a specific article type, or we would click additional filters and find more options to limit to our results, or for more specific filters. When you want to access an article in any database, look for an option to get the full text from Pacific. Here it says access at PacU. And so when we click on it, it brings us to the Pacific University Library page and shows us the full text options. When we click one, we're connected to the full text of the article. In this example, we'll click access at PacU, but we'll see that there's no full text. Instead, we see an option to request the article through interlibrary loan. When we click this, we log in with our PUNet ID and password. Then we see a pre-filled form to request this article, and we click Submit Request at the bottom of the form. For interlibrary loan is very fast. It can take as few as a couple of hours, but sometimes a few days. When you find an article that's on your topic, look at its references. Then you'll see the sources it used, and you might be able to use some of your sources yourself. Some databases such as PubMed, Web of Science, and Google Scholar will show you similar articles and cited by articles. Cited by articles are articles that are in that database you're searching that have cited the article you're looking for. So this means that they were published more recently than the articles you're looking at and are using some kind of information from or are discussing the article you're looking at. All 3 of these ways, references, similar articles, and cited by articles, can be great links to finding relevant sources. To find an article that you see in a reference list, search for the article's title in the library search box. And even if we don't have it in the full text, you'll often see it in the search results, and you can request it through interlibrary loan. This is nice because it brings up a pre-filled form for you. You can also go directly to the interlibrary loan page on our website and request an article or another resource.